Good morning. You're watching this Budget Day special broadcast on Wion. My name is Mohammed Saleh. The Budget Day, the big day, is upon us. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government is all set to present the interim budget. That's also known as vote on account for the fiscal year 2019-2020. Now, this will, of course, be the last budget that will be presented by the present incumbent government, and the absence of Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, who is presently in the United States for the treatment of an ailment. The minister has been given charge of the Finance Ministry as the additional charge. Piyush Goyal will be presenting the current government's last budget before the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. It's not going to be a full-fledged budget. This will be a budget for the next 3-4 months until the elections happen and a new government is sworn in. There has not been an economic survey that's been released prior to the budget. Remember, this is the accepted practice where the economic survey is released, but that has not happened. Now, the Finance Ministry has also issued a clarification that this will, of course, be an interim budget amidst reports of a full-fledged budget that had in fact been announced in certain sections of the media. But that is something that simply cannot happen because the government needs to freshen up its mandate before it can go ahead and put forth a full budget. So this is only going to be an interim budget, and the Ministry of Finance has tweeted pictures of the final touches that have been given to the budget, and also Finance Minister Piyush Goyal holding interactions with members of his budget team. Now, the interim budget is likely to offer tax sops for the middle class and the corporates, relief packages to address agrarian crisis, and also the stressed small-scale industry might find some mention in the budget today. This, of course, is going to be a very crucial one, considering that it is just 3-4 months away from the big general election. Now, Piyush Goyal is widely expected to break tradition and go beyond a vote on account budget by announcing SOPs in various categories. It'll be very interesting to see whether he'll actually go on to do that, because there is speculation in the media that the government would like to treat it as a normal, regular budget. But remember, in an interim budget in the election year, no major policy changes can in fact be announced. Now, Minister without portfolio, Arun Jaitley, remember, who is presently recuperating from his illness in the United States, has already given an indication that the interim budget may possibly go beyond the traditional vote on account, as tackling the agricultural challenges is in fact the need of the hour because of the acute agrarian crisis which is being experienced in rural India. And also, according to sources, the government is likely to increase rural welfare spending by about 16% in the interim budget to woo the farming sector ahead of the general elections. Normally, when the government is nearing the end of its term, it presents an interim budget through which it seeks the Parliament's approval to meet the expenditure for the first 4 months of the fiscal year. It might include funds for paying salaries, ongoing projects in various sectors, with no changes to the taxation structure. Now, the revised budget for its full fiscal year is then presented by the new government, which has secured the mandate from the people when it takes over after the election. Now, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha will have 10 sittings during the budget session, which began yesterday. And this, of course, is a session which will come to an end on the 13th of February. Now, speaking a day before the budget presentation, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in fact urged the lawmakers to work for the public. The President Ramnath Kovind has also addressed the nation, touching on a number of issues, including the surgical strike and triple talaq. He has also shed light on the achievements of the Modi government in the last 5 years in his presidential address yesterday.